Buenos Aires. Lights on the street, the rhythm is jumping. Gringos in town and everybody is humping. From the north to the south, we're making some noise, showing the world we got the soul and the poise. Gringos in Buenos Aires.
Welcome to another dose of the Gringos in Buenos Aires podcast. I'm your host, Paul Perry, and this dose is brought to you by Be Trusty, your best bet for midterm rental in Buenos Aires and other cool spots of Argentina. Mention Gringos in Buenos Aires and get your commission-free rental today. Today's guest is originally from Denver, Colorado. She's a former choreographer, dance instructor, and masseuse. Let's give a warm welcome to Lola.
I sound like I'm a call girl or something. Good grief!
I thought you mentioned that you gave you're a massage therapist.
Well, in Aspen, because there are very few, you have to really be in the service industries to make money. I mean, truly, I'm an artist and a dancer and a choreographer and a teacher, all of that. But you can't make enough money that way in Aspen to live. So you have to pick up something. Yeah. And I had already started massaging. When I was a professional dancer, we all gave each other massages. So I kind of started very young, training with that. But I just did it as, kind of a fun thing to do and no money. But it was a good income.
Sure.
For me.
In Aspen.
In Aspen, yeah. To do private training, massages, private Pilates, all of that was. Sure. I found that to be more lucrative than being a cocktail waitress or a diner.
Did you work in the service industry your whole life or most of it, or?
Well, let me see. I moved to Aspen when I was 17, and so I started out as like a waitress in a diner.
Yeah.
And then an answering service, and it's a checkered career as a ski bum in the in the 60s and 70s. It was you had to really hustle.
Yeah, and where did you work as a dance choreographer?
In Colorado.
In Colorado?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of cultural activity in Colorado.
Well, in Aspen especially, it's a small town, but they have quite a bit of money and they like their arts, and we had a beautiful little theater, and but Colorado, unfortunately, as far as artist grants are concerned. At that time, I don't know what it is now, but out of the 50 states, to the arts, they only granted, they were like number 48 in the level of grants that they would give to artists. But I was creating work there and getting awards and so on and grants through dance festivals, et cetera,
so obviously you ski.
Oh, yeah, I started skiing when I was 2.
Oh, okay.
And when my kids, when I turned around 42, my sons said, "Mom, we're not going to be seen with you on skis. You have to be on a board. We'll be too embarrassed if you're on skis." So I switched to a board, and luckily my dancer's balance worked for me. So I stuck with it, really loved it. So I stayed with boarding until I moved here. Have
you been skiing in Argentina?
No, I got sick of all of that. 40 years, 50 years is enough. Thank you.
Sure.
And at the age of 55, 56, I went, I'm hanging it up.
Yeah.
Because you can really hurt yourself.
Sure.
As you get older. And
I
mean, there's some old Swiss guys like around 80, 90, 100 that are still doing it in Aspen, but they're unusual. They're the exception rather than the rule.
I mean, bumps and bruises last a lot longer.
Knee surgeries.
The older you get.
Oh, yeah, it gets pretty hairy. So I had fun with my kids. It was great. And, but I just, living in a small town for that long, after my divorce, I found it to be very claustrophobic.
Yeah, sure.
And at that same time, a lot of Argentines, young kids from here, Buenos Aires, they come up there during the winter, or their summer here, December, January, February. The town would fill up with these kids who were hired with their J-1 visas to work for the ski company, because American kids couldn't be bothered to come and work and be a ski bum anymore like we did when we were younger. So all these Argentines and Brazilians and South American kids would show up fill up the whole town, and really add some flavor. You know what I mean?
Spice of life.
It was really nice because otherwise it was all these boring old white people.
Yeah.
And, a few of us, Mexicans and so on who came in did great restaurants, but they would do a lot of the work. Yeah. So it was really nice to kind of mix it up a little bit. Yeah. And that was when I took up the tango.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I took up the tango the day after 9/11. Because my older son was in New York City on the 11th, and I couldn't get a hold of him.
Oh.
And I was freaking out. And at the time, remember they grounded all the flights in the United States that time. So this Argentine tango teacher got stuck in Aspen for a week. And there was nothing I could do. I couldn't get a hold of my kid. I didn't know what to... And so I took up the tango then, just to kind of distract me from the crazy moment, and really fell in love with it. And so, at some point, if you take up the tango and are serious about it, you have to come here.
Sure.
To Buenos Aires and dance. So I eventually did that. Yeah. My first time was 2003.
So you came to Argentina for the first time in 2003?
Yeah.
And
for my first tango.
Yeah. What was your first impression?
Experience.
Your first impression?
Well, 2003 was rough because it was only a couple years after the big, crisis. Yeah. The bank crisis. People were living in the boxes. They were selling everything. It was really not a good moment for the Argentines. It was another bad moment for them. But it was good for us as tourists because it was relatively inexpensive. But I had all these friends down here, these young Argentines that I'd met in Aspen already, and they took me under their wing. They introduced me to this is what I love about the Argentines, is that they're so empathetic and welcoming, and please, come, mange, eat, por favor. It's a very familial feeling, which I loved. So they really made me feel at home here, and they kind of stepped in because I didn't speak the lingo very well at the time. And they really stepped in and saved me, helped me buy my apartment, and, they shepherded this little gringo dancer, tango dancer, through the initial craziness. Yeah. But I never felt completely alone or like, oh my God, I couldn't turn to anybody. Because, boy, they were there for me.
Yeah. How long did you stay in 2003?
Well, what I did was I would come down twice a year, and I'd come in May and November and stay for a month to dance tango in those months and look at real estate because it was so much less expensive than the United States, and I knew I couldn't stay in Aspen anymore after the divorce. I really needed to get out. I needed a change. It was time for my second act.
Sure.
So, and because I had all these friends here, I felt like, okay, I can do this. So I would come down 2 months out of the year, look at real estate, and was looking for spaces that had enough dance space in them. And I became more familiar with the city through this great realtor that I worked with. And eventually, after 3 years of 2 months every year, I finally found this place. So it's been great for me for the last 20 years. Bought it in 2006 with the help of my friends.
Your Argentine friends or your...
My Argentine friends.
All right.
They really helped walk me through the process. The escribano and, all the trámites that you have to do. Because I had I had to prove the domicilio, and thank God I had my friends who knew what was going on, because I was just, tango crazy, and I was not particularly bureaucratically talented.
Sure. There are a lot of trámites that you need to do here that can be daunting for any newcomer or someone looking to, set up shop here or whatever.
Absolutely. And a word of advice, and I don't know if it's changed now, but I shipped all of my things down here from the United States, got my life down to a 1/4 container, shipped it from Miami, and they held it hostage in Barracas. until I had to pay them coima,
Yeah, sure.
you know,
Yeah.
which nobody clued me in on. So don't bring your stuff down.
Well, maybe it's changed
Until you
now.
can-
When
it
was
may have changed
It
now.
may have changed. Yeah,
Oh,
it may
it
have
was
changed.
just, and I had no idea. And it was actually so bad that even my Argentine friends, they went down with me to Baracas 3 times to Aduana to try to, release my stuff. And they just couldn't believe how horrible it was, the Argentines. And they finally said, just pay him the money and we'll get your stuff. So basically, I had to bribe them to release all of my things, but luckily I got it all out.
Yeah, one of those pitfalls.
Yeah, I don't know if it's changed now. I hope it has. Cause
Yeah, perhaps.
I felt like, oh my God, I'm in the mafia.
Sure.
Dealing with the mafia now, right?
Yeah. So did it take you a while to adapt to life here, or was it simple to adapt to?
Well, I had been back and forth already.
Sure.
Basically for a total of 6 months of
Yeah.
living here and dancing and stuff. And I'd looked at a lot of places as far as buying, and yeah, by then I had really found my space.
Sure.
Yeah, and I live and coming from Colorado, I'm used to wide open spaces and green and nature and horses and all of that.
Yeah.
So that was a little difficult for me, but I picked a place in the city that was close to all of that.
Huh.
So it's kind of like town and country with the polo field and the horse track,
Yeah.
and the parks.
Yeah.
So it's really and
Buenos Aires has a lot of nice parks.
Oh, it was like they were visionary or something, because this was all done long ago. These beautiful parks that
Sure.
they had done. So, no, there's such a beauty here in the architecture and the planning. I mean, yes, it was in the past, but they've preserved it.
Sure.
So I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because in Colorado, we basically have cabins or really, really rich people's modern, idea of. So the archecture here is from La Belle
Mind-blowing.
Époque. It's very European,
Sure.
obviously. But I love that.
And what do you do here now?
Well, I mean, when I started here, I was, kind of doing my own little thing in my place with massages and Pilates and, kind of enough for me to get by on. And now, after COVID, I had to retire pretty much because all my work is very one-on-one and, with all that hubbub around the COVID. And by then, I was 70.
Sure.
And I just kind of went, you know what? I'm getting my pension. And it was actually a really good exchange for me with $1 at that point. So I was able to save money and travel and do all of that. Now, not so much. It's become very, for me, almost as expensive as Uruguay. And so I'm actually thinking about maybe after 20 years here, maybe it's time for me to move on.
Do you find it expensive to live here now?
Absolutely. It uses up all my money.
Oh wow, yeah.
Oh, yeah. In the last 3 months, my utilities have gone up.
Yeah.
They've doubled and tripled for no particular reason. I'm using them less, actually, to try to save, and the price is going up.
Yeah.
So,
Electricity's really high.
it's just gone ridiculous.
It's ridiculously high.
And I can't do it anymore because I'm not saving anything. Not only that, I'm going over my monthly income now, going into the hole. So this is not okay with me. Occasionally I have renters, come in and they help, but I have to raise their rents in order to cover my nut now,
Sure.
which I didn't have to do before.
Yeah.
So,
What do you see yourself cutting back on?
well, I've had to cut back on food. Just be very careful. I'm eating a lot less than I used to.
Yeah. Everybody.
I used
is,
to go
yeah.
out more.
Yeah.
I can't do that anymore unless it's free
Sure.
or really, really cheap to
Yeah.
go out. I mean, luckily, in the 20 years before, I'd been out a lot, so it's not like I'm desperate to go out and I have a nice home that I can stay home in.
Sure.
But it's really cut into my enjoyment, of going out with my friends, and even to tango milongas, I have to be very careful about which ones.
Yeah,
I
anywhere
go
you
to.
go. I went out this past weekend. I had what? I had 3 Heinekens, 3 little bottles of Heinekens and some fries, and it was like 50,000 pesos. It's like, 50,000 pesos. It's not, it's $35, but it's still
That's a lot.
3 little bottles of beer and some potatoes. You can buy a sack of potatoes for like, $5 for like a 20-kilo bag or something like that out there outside the city. So potatoes, and but I understand these businesses. They got overheads like
Oh, they had
electricity.
to do that. Their rents
they-
everything was raised. I get it, but I can't. I just can't hack it.
And what are you
anymore.
thinking about doing? Where, Uruguay?
Yeah, I'm thinking about moving to Uruguay.
Montevideo
now.
is really nice.
No, there's a special place that 20 years ago, before the 2008 crisis, where I lost half of my value
Every
overnight.
crisis has a special year. 2001, 2008.
Well, the 2008 was worldwide, as you remember, and overnight I lost like half the value of what I had. But I was intending to buy a place out in La Pedrera, Uruguay, which is out on the coast.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Punta del Este, which I am not into, but, it's up on the coast there. I love it. And so I intended to do that then, but then the crisis happened. And so I keep going back and forth because that's my happy place.
Yeah.
So I like to go to Montevideo to visit, but I would, if I moved to Uruguay, I'd probably move out there on the coast.
Yeah. You have a residency
Yeah.
citizenship? Or...
In Uruguay?
No, here.
Yeah. I'm all set with that.
You're all
So,
set.
yeah.
How long did it take for you to get residency?
Well, once you get signed up and everything, then it's 3 years.
3 years.
3 or 4 years. 3 or 4. You have to ida y vuelta. I think it's 3, 4 years before you don't have to do that anymore.
Okay.
But it was nice. It was easy in those days. It was relatively cheap and easy.
Yeah.
And before I got my
Your DNI?
my DNI, we could just go to Uruguay for a day and come back, and you were done. Or if you missed your expiration date, you could just go pay it at the airport as you headed out of town. It was simple.
Yeah.
Everything was a little simpler then. Now it's gotten, I'm really glad I'm not signing up for DNI now.
Yeah.
You have to have a lot more documentation, and you have to move your money here into a bank account. Not all of it, but you have to have a bank account here, which is, I don't know what that's like to open a bank account here.
And how's your Spanish?
Oh, it's definitely improved from where I was at the first. I always recommend to ladies who come here to have a Spanish boyfriend who doesn't, or an Argentine boyfriend who does not speak English, because then it makes it, you're immersed.
Sure.
And you have to pick it up really fast.
Yeah.
But when you break up with them, then you got to start all over again. So I did what my
There's a little piece of advice for all you single women looking to learn Spanish. Make sure you get an Argentine boyfriend who doesn't speak English.
And that's hard to find them. They're all much better about speaking English than we are Spanish in the U.S.
Yeah, when I got here, no one spoke English.
No.
When I got here, English.
Very few, even in 2003,
Yeah.
It's gotten, much more.
It was hard to find English-speaking people, too.
I'll bet.
Americans or anybody, no expats.
Yeah.
They weren't around,
No, they've really come over the last 20 years, which is fine. And I like that. I like that it hasn't been like this, like in San Miguel de Allende, for example, in Mexico or Cabo. It's like being in, South LA or something.
Sure.
It's not my thing. If I'm going to move all the way across the world, why would I want to constantly be in the milieu of being American?
Are you an artist, too? You mentioned, do you paint?
Well, I'm a dance artist, and I actually am a photographer.
Oh, okay.
Which it's kind of my avocation on the side.
Do you take photographs around Buenos Aires?
Absolutely. Pretty much every day, or whenever I go out. and do
do-
something like the
You
Japanese
have a
cherry.
real camera, or you have a phone, an iPhone?
Well, I use my phone, but I do have a real camera. I think I'm almost ready to go back to film now.
Sure.
I kind of like the whole
It's a growing
analog.
trend.
Is it?
Yeah. I saw some people. I was at this outdoor fair, like they call it swap meet or whatnot, and there was a stand, and they had all these old cameras, and people were like looking at them and asking questions, you know.
Wow.
And
Good. That's great. Yeah. Film is fun.
yeah.
It's fun to kind of work with. I like black and white mostly, but because I can develop it myself as long as I have access to a
Sure.
lab.
Yeah.
But you know, I just find that there's a lot of moments in BA that I like to capture
Uh-huh.
in my life.
Sure.
They're very special. So I just take it with me wherever I go. And
Do you get around in public transportation?
absolutely.
Yeah. There's a
I
lot to see.
love-
There's a lot to see on public transportation.
Yeah.
There's so much.
I love it. And I love the subways, and I love that there's always artists playing in the subways and music everywhere. I mean, the jazz scene here.
Yeah.
My father was a jazz musician,
Uh-huh.
so I was raised with all that. And it's kind of died in the United States. And here it's just happening.
Yeah.
Great players everywhere. I'm going to go see somebody this Saturday that I'm looking forward to.
Oh yeah. Who?
Yeah, her name is Viviana Milano,
Uh-huh.
and she's going to be singing a Clásica y Moderna.
Uh-huh.
And she's doing an homage to Edie Gourmet,
Oh,
who was
wow.
actually a Latina. So they're going to be singing boleros and stuff like that, which is nice. Also, I'm going to the Water Palace, finally. You know the Palace of Waters?
No.
On Córdoba y Corrientes.
Córdoba and
It's
Córdoba.
called the Palacio de Aguas. It's the original water treatment plant from the early 1900s.
On Córdoba? What
I
you
think
said?
it's Corrientes and, no, not Córdoba.
No, because
Callao and
Callao.
Corrientes.
Callao and
Callao and
Corrientes.
Corrientes.
yeah.
It's an amazing building. Beautiful. Another great
Because
architecture.
you got the one on Córdoba, Callao, and Paraguay, I think it is, or one of those, Uruguay, or one of those that had. There's this old building. It's amazing. I don't know if it's somewhere right off Callao on Córdoba. There's
Oh,
this
well, maybe
place.
that's it.
Maybe
I may
that's
have
it.
gotten the wrong
It's
cross street.
beautiful. It's a beautiful,
Beautiful.
building. Old.
And they're doing
And
tours
they had
of
the
it.
waterworks were there.
The waterworks are there.
Yeah.
And some tango books have been written about it,
Oh wow.
about how the tango singers would like to go in there and sing
Uh-huh.
because it had great acoustics.
Yeah.
So
Are you familiar with tango lyrics?
I am.
Yeah.
I've gotten more.
Because that's part of the essence
Absolutely.
of the whole tango
The
experience.
lunfardo.
The lunfardo, the lyrics.
Yes.
It's not only the music, but I'm a big lyrics person as a writer.
Oh, okay.
I'm a big fan of the lyrics, you know.
Absolutely. And I'm finally getting to where it's not always possible to understand what they're saying,
Sure.
but yeah, I've listened to all these tangos from the Golden Age, like there's about 500 of them that they always play.
Yeah.
So after hearing them a million times, you're kind of with the las letras.
The letras.
Letras are in your...
Do you drink mate?
I tried it, and I don't know. I'm more of a coffee drinker.
Uh-huh.
I really like the good, strong coffee, espressos, that sort of thing. But I do like tereré in the summer.
Do you ever gather with your friends and they're drinking mate and
Absolutely.
and they pass it to you, and what do you say?
No, I go ahead and drink when I'm with a social group. I don't drink it alone.
Mm-hmm.
Like in Uruguay, they all walk around alone.
Yeah, here too. I see them driving with their.
Oh, really?
yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
take the highway a lot. I have a house on the beach, and and when I see people just with their mate and drinking their mate
By
and
themselves.
and the passengers like pouring them, and they're drinking their mate, and
Oh, okay.
you know.
Yeah, I feel like it's more of a social thing, and I would never offend somebody by turning them down.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
All right.
Because they kind of prepare it for me, and when I do it, I think I mess it up because it's a whole tea ceremony.
Yeah.
There's a lot you got to clear the dust. And,
Sure.
it's a whole process. It's like the asado.
Yeah.
There's an art to it.
Yeah. Do you like the food here?
Love the food.
Love the food?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a steak eater. I like it. Definitely. I love lamb.
Steak's going up a lot.
Oh, yeah. What I do now is I go into Dia on the retirement day, which is Tuesday, when we get 20% off.
Oh, there you go.
And I go and I buy envase de lomo, maybe once a month. And then I cut it up in pieces and I just stick it in the freezer.
Yeah.
So I can have a lomo a week. But that's about
Do you feel Buenos Aires is a good place to retire to?
I think at this point there's a lot of other options that are less expensive. But I have found it great for the social life. The ease of getting around has been great with the public transit. Wonderful. I don't have to have a car, which is nice for a retired person. And I find that the medical care here is great. So all of that is definitely good, I think, for retired people. You just have to make sure that, I mean, to be honest, I'm living on about $1,500 a month now, which, I mean, I'd have to be living in a box on the street in LA if I was making that. So it's still very affordable. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people are making more money on their pensions than I am.
Well, I raised 3 kids on $1,500 a month. So,
here?
Yeah, here.
Wow.
So, working as
fabulous.
an English teacher.
Wow.
I raised 3 kids.
Impressive.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now it's gotten so, like I said, my electrical bill went from $150 3 months ago. It's now $450.
Yeah.
So it's been so that's really taken a bite out of, all of that. But it's still not bad. I mean, considering.
It depends on how you balance your budget. It depends what you want to do. Like you said, if you want to go have dinner out every night, it's not going to happen. But if you go to your local, produce shop or your local chino and you buy your bare essentials there, it's
not bad.
All right, it's not bad.
I haven't bought in the United States for a while, so I have no way to compare what's going on relative to that. But I do have friends in Europe who are saying that it's less expensive there than it is here.
Yeah. Is there anything that gets on your nerves?
Here?
Yeah, here.
Oh, sometimes my neighbors and their barking dogs.
Dogs.
Dogs barking. Or my encargado downstairs. He's very sweet and he's been there forever. But he just yammers underneath my window at 7 a.m, which is not my favorite thing.
Have you seen the series? There's a series called El Encargado with
I saw that. I thought
I
thought I have to watch this because it looks hysterical.
Yeah.
Do you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it. I watched until, I don't know, season 4, I think. Then it just when it starts going back and forth, or I don't know.
They jumped the shark, didn't they?
Yeah. But the first 2 seasons were great.
Okay.
The 3rd season, not so much. And then I just stopped because I don't have time. But I got into it. I got into it because I'm not a big fan of the encargado, not the show, of the actual person. Yeah. I really don't. I'm not a big fan of encargados. I think they're all shady. They're all up to something. They know everything that's going on. And I had a couple bad experiences with these guys, and they think like they're the king of the manor, and
absolutely
and
they can.
They got one of the strongest unions. So you really can't mess with them.
No, I've noticed that. And they definitely, they've got quite the mafia going on with those
guys.
they
know your business. They know everybody's business, and I don't want people knowing my business. And
no.
So that's why twice I lived in an apartment, and here in Buenos Aires, and never again. Now I always choose a house. I live in a house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
interesting. And I've thought about, no, I'm fine with the apartment. I mean, I lived in houses all my life in Colorado. Sure. I had to drive a car. I mean, I'm just happy not to do any of that anymore. Yeah. And living as a woman alone, I really don't feel. I feel safer. Sure. With a doorman or a security system.
Sure.
And unfortunately, with my building, which is older, it was built it's not that old, but it's 1950s. Sure. It, it came with him, and it's the same guy. He's been there the whole 20 years. Yeah. He lives underneath me.
Yeah.
And we've actually we've made a good relationship, and I do trust him. And he's, we've both been through cancer together at various. Like I went through cancer, then he went through cancer, and so we have a lot of stuff in common. And it's been. And I was very happy with my treatment here, by the way.
Oh, okay.
I mean, for me to have what I had here in the United States, it would have completely wiped us out financially.
Yeah.
And here it was very affordable, which I really appreciate. The medical treatment here is impressive.
Yeah, they got good doctors.
The doctors are great, man. The
Good for
doctors, the dentists, they are up on all their stuff. They go to all these conventions.
Yeah.
They have the latest everything. So
Sure.
I've been very happy with that.
Have you been to other parts of Argentina outside the city? Have you traveled
Yeah,
around?
I've gone to Bariloche, I went to
Bariloche.
Córdoba, Iguazú, Mendoza, Mar del Plata.
Yeah. Mar del Plata, they say, is a nice city. Too.
Beautiful city. Yeah, it's right there on the water. It's kind of like a smaller Los Angeles on the water.
Sure.
A little bit. It's tough in the winter, but
Yeah, it's tough in the winter.
it's a little hard.
It's like a mini Buenos Aires. It's Buenos Aires, but with
On
an
the
ocean
beach.
on the beach. Yeah.
Buenos Aires on the beach.
Yeah, they have a good nightlife. They got a lot of culture, theaters, entertainment.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Real high level. So, and I love the train.
Yeah.
I take the train there. Everybody's in their bus, but
Sure.
I take the train from Constitucion,
Uh huh.
Station
That's cheap
Constitucion.
too.
It's cheap and really white. You can eat on board. They have like the white linen tablecloth and the
Sure.
really homemade food, and it's great.
Yeah.
I really like that experience. I wish they had more trains.
Yeah, they used to.
I know they used to have it around the country, didn't
Yeah,
they?
they used to.
But everywhere I've gone, it's just been spectacular. It is an amazing, and I love all the space. It only has like the population of California
For
in this
sure.
enormous nation.
Yeah.
So, no, I do love Argentina. I love BA. I really, and I'm kind of sad to see what's going on right now. But, I'll hang in there for a bit. I can't go anywhere till next year anyway.
Sure.
So for now,
For now, just chill.
I'm just going to chill, take it easy. I actually took myself out to the movies yesterday to see The Odyssey.
Oh, okay. How was that?
I think it's overrated.
Huh.
I mean, I used to be in the university. One of my majors was philosophy and theater, specializing in the Greeks. So I was pretty familiar with all of that. And of course, the books are better than the movie.
Sure. Yeah.
For me, it was a little loud and a little long. But I laud him, Christopher Nolan, for trying to take that on, the mythology, and I think he could have. But it's worth seeing.
Sure.
It's not like I wanted to walk out or anything. But it's good to take earplugs if, your ears are sensitive.
It's a long movie.
It's a long, bloody movie. It's 3 hours, and you got to...
Is there an intermission?
No.
No. It's 3 hours
No
straight.
intermission, 3 hours straight.
Oh, that's a long movie.
Yeah, so it's a long one, and it for the most part, it kept me going. But there were, he could have edited a little bit.
Sure.
But, it's good to go out to a big theater. I like that, instead of watching everything at home all the time.
Yeah, sure.
It's
And you're in the Bain. You're in Bain? You're
Yes.
a Bain member?
Yeah, I am.
Buenos
Yeah.
Aires, what is Buenos Aires?
International Network.
Buenos Aires International Network. What's that
Yeah.
all about?
Well, any expats who come into town from wherever, Europe, wherever, who come in to live here, it's a nice little social group, I guess you would say. We have a couple of events every month. Our wine and tapas at one of our members' homes, and then we have the social, which is they pick a different bar once a month, and we go to that and get together, and we're all exchanging stories and so on and so forth. Plus, it's good for they have references for carpenters and plumbers and things that you need. They have all these lists of service or where to go for dental work, where to go for plastics. They've got, because of all the members we're throwing in our recommendations.
Yeah.
that we found over time here.
Sure.
So it's nice for that.
It's like
really
a private
nice.
Craigslist.
Yeah, it's like a really good resource.
Sure,
yeah?
sure.
For
yeah.
expats to kind of get
Speaking
into.
of stories, what's your do you have a memorable story or a memorable anecdote about
Here?
something that happened to you here?
In Buenos Aires?
Yeah.
Oh my God, so many.
Yeah.
And it was all kind of a blur. But let me see. What there was, there's, when I first came down here, I was like this silly gringo, and this brother of a man that I had met in Aspen, his brother, he introduced me to his brother, and his brother was kind of my guide around town, Willie. We called him Willie Guillermo. And he was our asador player, like he would come over and do asado for us and all of that sort of thing. And Willie had a friend who was a gypsy flamenco player. He was not from BA originally. He was from Madrid. But this guy and we kind of had this interesting relationship. And I got sucked into the gypsy world here in BA.
Oh, wow.
Which was very interesting for a couple of years. I can't tell you everything that happened,
Sure.
but quite the culture. And there's a lot of them in Mar del Plata, and a lot of them are selling cars and so on and so forth. But they have such an amazing sort of culture within the culture here.
Sure.
So it was really nice to be moving in the Spanish, like Avenida de Mayo has all of these places. There's Spanish restaurants and Spanish theaters and, kind of the gypsy thing happening in Congreso, and they're all doing palmas on the streets and, this whole sort of passionate
Yeah,
thing.
people don't mess with the gypsies.
No.
No, they put the maluka on you. They put a hex on you or something.
Yeah,
People
right.
don't mess with gypsies, man.
So that was a very memorable kind
Yeah.
of experience for me. My mother says that I have a Spanish gypsy back there in my wood pile somewhere, but
Yeah.
but I do find the whole flamenco thing, gypsy thing, fascinating. So that was kind of a fun little. But I had to get out because it was getting a little dodgy.
Yeah, a little shady.
Yeah, it was getting pretty shady. So
Pretty shady.
I went, okay, well, I'm kind of done with that.
Yeah.
That was one. But other ones, like I'll walk around town and I won't even be in tango shoes and I'll hear tango music and I'll walk in somewhere and I'll dance a tondo with somebody in my flip-flops. It's fabulous. And then I leave. We're done.
For sure.
It was a BA moment.
Yeah.
And that happens. It's like being in a movie. It's really,
Sure.
or Puerto Marido. It's just, there's just like so many romantic kind of movie-like places around here. You can have your movie moments.
Sure.
And
So you would highly recommend Buenos Aires as a place to visit for your family
absolutely. And then, stay for a while.
and friends? Sure.
It's a long trip to make for only, 5 days.
Sure.
So I highly recommend if you're going to come down here and make the long trip, you might as well stay and, give yourself that time
All
to
right.
enjoy a lot of Argentina and BA and
Okay.
Uruguay and all that. So
All right, great. Well, speaking of time, we're almost out of time.
Yeah.
So I want to
Thanks so
thank
much.
you. I
My
want to thank you
pleasure.
for joining me here and joining us and sharing, part of your ride.
It's a pleasure.
with everyone.
I thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
It was fun.
And maybe we'll see you back
I
before you
hope
go.
so.
Hopefully next year.
Yeah,
we'll have
I'm
you
here
back.
for now. I'm not going anywhere. Who knows what's going to happen?
Okay, and maybe our viewers can join Bain, Buenos Aires International
Absolutely.
Network, and see you at one of these wine and tapas.
Yeah. Or if you ever want anything to know, if you're curious about tango
All right, there you go.
and want to know more about tango,
Where can people reach you? On Instagram? Are you on Instagram?
yeah,
Okay.
Tango Gypsy,
Tango
Lola
Gyp-
Black, Tango Gypsy.
Lola Black Tango Gypsy. All
on
right.
Instagram.
All right, Lola.
Okay.
Thank you so much
Thanks
for
so
being
much.
here. And we'll catch everybody again for another dose of the Gringos in Buenos Aires podcast. Ciao for
Adios.
now. Hey, how you doing? I'm Paul Perry from the Gringos in Buenos Aires podcast. If you're an expat/immigrant and looking for midterm rental, hassle-free, no hidden fees, and no Airbnb BS, I highly recommend Be Trusty. Mention Gringos in Buenos Aires and get your commission-free rental today. Ciao for now.